So anyway, another hot day in Valencia. Welcome to Valencia. It's last day of June. We're going into July, where it's really starting to get hot. Valencia starts to get a bit more quiet because there are fewer people working in July and August than there are the rest of the year. But some people say that there's not many people working in Spain at the moment anyway. There's a huge unemployment rate. It's running at over 4 million at the moment. Everyone except the government expects it to get to 5 million by the end of the year. And, well, will it get that bad? Well, it might get that bad, but I've lived in Spain before with 3.5 million unemployed, and many years ago in an area which had 20% unemployment, and it's not the same as in the UK. You don't notice it in the same way. Saying that, it's not a good situation for a lot of people to be in, and you know, one of the things that brought me to Spain originally, which isn't affected by all of this unemployment and the economic situation, is the way you live in Spain. In fact, it's probably positively affected by it, because what you've got in Spain is that it's a very social life. You spend a lot of time out with your friends, having a couple of drinks, talking. You don't generally spend time with people coming around to your house, which, you know, we still do. We have people come around to our house, we go around to other people's houses and that. I suppose that's the Anglo-Saxon in us, but in general, we spend a lot of time going out, seeing people, when small children allow. And so living in Spain is a very social thing. Now, what first attracted me to Spain many years ago, we're looking at 20 odd years ago now, was the fact that it just seemed an easier place to live. Not easier in the sense that people don't work or anything. People work very hard in Spain. Whether they work efficiently, effectively is another thing, but they work very hard, they work long hours. And one of the things that attracted me originally here was that work and the working relationships that you build up and everything all become part of your social relationship, and the social relationships that you build up are great in Spain, they're really good. Now, nothing has changed over the years. Nothing has changed, and at the moment I'm working on a product for to help people who are coming over to Spain to actually try and fit in here, because we found so many people who've come over and they didn't really have a life plan when they came over, and the idea is to give them that sort of life plan, or at least a roadmap which can help them along. Think about it in this way: when you first come to Spain, we've always said to people, at least have 2 years money in the background. If you're going to start your own business or anything, make sure you know what you're going to do. Don't just come over here and hope that somebody will give you a job and you'll be able to fit in straight away, because why should an employer employ you above somebody else who's got the language skills, for example? A great example was given in one of the interviews that I'm doing for this product the other day. It said, you'll notice that on the Costas all the receptionists are Nordic. That's a simple reason. They speak various languages, whereas the Brits among us don't usually speak various languages. So the number one suggestion for anyone thinking of coming to Spain, number one suggestion, learn the language. Learn the language before you come, and make sure you carry on learning it when you're here, because the more language that you know, the better your chances of getting jobs, and especially jobs in areas where you might have more expertise, because Spain is a long way behind other countries in certain things. It only came out of dictatorship in 1975, and it got a constitution in 1978. If you think about it, it had 36 years during the time of Franco of no progress really whatsoever, apart from late 60s, early 70s, where they had a bit of progress in tourism. But apart from that, not much happened for many years in Spain. So they had to catch up a long way. Now in the 80s and 90s, Spain was catching up hand over fist, but since the advent of the internet and all of the things that go on around it, and social media and things, Spain is struggling to keep up, because it's still not got to the level of other countries in certain ways. And in one way, that's really good, because it gives you loads of opportunity to do loads of stuff over here. And in another way,